With a net worth of $15 million, Charlie Wilson is an American R&B singer, songwriter, and producer. Charlie Wilson started singing at his neighborhood church before he entered kindergarten. He was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He kept performing throughout his time in school, and he and his brothers Ronnie and Robert eventually formed the Gap Band. The Gap Band played their unique brand of funk music and became well known in the 1970s and 1980s. 2010 saw them formally retire from their 43-year marriage. Early in the new millennium, Charlie Wilson launched his solo career. His manager, Michael Perrin, then worked with Jive Records to arrange a 3-album contract. The result was the album Charlie Last Name Wilson, which was certified gold. Since then, he has put out 3 more well-received solo albums and collaborated on several songs with Quincy Jones, Lil' Kim, Boyz II Men, Underground Kings, Mystical, and Kanye West. He is the recipient of 6 Grammy Award nominations. Throughout his career, Charlie Wilson overcame a number of obstacles, including drug addiction, homelessness, and cancer. But as evidenced by this recent photo, which was taken on his 67th birthday, it's all in the distant past. Charlie Wilson has a lot to be happy about at 67 years old. We reminisce about his life story and the challenges he overcome to become the industry uncle he is today as he dons his suit with gold embroidery for the event. Nobody was willing to take a chance on him. However, that all changed when he was discovered by 2 well-known artists. On my Eliastoani birthday, Charlie turned 1 year older on January 29. Based on a post on his Instagram, it appears that a lavish celebration was thrown in his honor. The frontrunner for the Gap Band looked stylish in his dark sunglasses and glittered in a black coat with gold accents. He enhanced his image by adding animated pictures of vibrant balloons. Charlie sent himself a birthday greeting along with his photo. The caption said, "Happy birthday to the one and only Uncle Charlie Wilson." Charlie appears happy today, but we can't help but think back on his ups and downs. His initial taste of achievement. Charlie first became well known as the charismatic lead singer of the Gap Band who dominated the R&B charts in the 1970s and 1980s. Their 4 gold or platinum certified albums later served as inspiration for modern artists like Bruno Mars with Uptown Funk, Lil Nas with Life's a Bitch, and Ashanti with Happy. Charlie was going to have to learn the hard way that success is ephemeral, but fate had other ideas. His career took a turn for the worse after he and his band had a run-in with their manager, who blackballed them in the industry. Spiriting away into a dark way, Charlie turned to drugs as a way to cope with the stress of being unemployed. His addiction soon sent him to live on the streets. He spent the years 1993 to 1995 living on the streets. In 2010, Charlie told the story of how he used cardboard for a bed and a brick as a pillow while sleeping in the alleys of Hollywood Boulevard. He would hide when the sun rose out of concern that he would be recognized by the public. "That was terrifying," he'd remarked. The women that protested him. Charlie's situation didn't improve until his cousin, a former drug addict, offered him assistance. Seeing how weak he was, she talked him into going to a rehab facility. Charlie resisted for a while and continued using cocaine indoors. But in the end, he got to know a social worker who helped steer him in the right direction. He was the social worker after she did. Charlie is grateful to Mahantat Wilson for her perseverance and dedication in helping him get through his phase of withdrawal. Mahan believed that she was destined to marry Charlie in order to support him in kicking his addiction, which he eventually did. Charlie was eager to launch his career as soon as he recovered, but it wasn't as simple as he had anticipated. Nobody was willing to take a chance on him. However, that all changed when he was discovered by 2 well-known artists. The 2 PRFORMers who brought his story are back. Charlie remains grateful to Snoop Dogg and R. Kelly for helping to rejuvenate his career. Charlie was a guest artist on 5 of his albums after Snoop started working with him in 1996. In 2003, Beautiful, one of their songs that also included Pharrell Williams, became an enormous hit. Charlie is recognized by Snoop as his family advisor as well. In actuality, he thanks Charlie for keeping his marriage intact. In the meantime, Kelly produced the 2005 album of the same name and wrote his breakthrough hit, Charlie, Last Name Wilson. The album achieved gold status. Other albums were born out of it, such as Uncle Charlie, 2009, Just Charlie, 2010, Love, Charlie, 2013, and Forever Charlie, 2015. These are all top 10. Charlie's comeback was going well, he had another setback. Prostate cancer was the diagnosis made for him in 2008. Fortunately, radiation implants were able to cure him because his condition was manageable. Charlie got a new lease on life and started to work closely with the Prostate Cancer Foundation to raise awareness of the disease and encourage men to get tested. Charlie, Uncle. In addition to being a mentor to numerous artists in the present era, Charlie also went by the moniker Uncle Charlie. In 2018, Charlie told the Los Angeles Times, "I'm the industry's uncle. Someone is acting inappropriately. I'm here to tell them to calm down. It originates from my heart. I have experienced everything that you are going through." Charlie has come a long way, and we are thrilled to see him enjoying his 67th birthday with joy. I'm wishing him even greater success and a life filled with wisdom in the future. Charlie, happy birthday. Within performer, the struggle of Charlie Wilson with prostate cancer. Prostate cancer diagnosis was one of the most devastating blows R&B singer Charlie Wilson has had to endure in his life. Nevertheless, he defeated the illness and is currently cancer-free, which is why he decided to raise awareness of the condition among Black men. Charlie Wilson has had a career spanning nearly 50 years. He began his career in show business as a member of the Gap Band. He then launched a lucrative solo career that has brought him nominations for 13 Grammy Awards, a Soul Train Icon Award, and a BET Lifetime Achievement Award. Wilson's life, though, hasn't always been easy. In the early 1990s, he struggled with drug and alcohol addiction, which caused him to become homeless for a while. After that, he entered a drug treatment program where he eventually ran into social worker Mahan Tat, his wife. In 2008, it was Tat who insisted that Charlie get a physical examination from a physician. "I've never been good at taking exams of any kind or visiting the doctor." Mahan recommended that Wilson have a prostate exam in addition to the physical examination, Wilson recalled in a 2012 essay for CNN's Human Factor. Wilson's doctor advised him to return for another examination the following month even though everything was good at the moment, pointing out that Black men are more likely than any other race to receive a prostate cancer diagnosis. During Charlie's second checkup a month later, a specialist recommended a biopsy. "It seems like it was yesterday when I learned that I had prostate cancer. I thought my life was ended," Wilson said. And went on, "I have some good news and some bad news," the specialist said at the beginning of our appointment. "Mr. Wilson, you have prostate cancer," the doctor informed my wife when she asked for the bad news. My first instinct was to get up and walk out of the room. With composure, my spouse requested that I take a seat so the doctor could deliver the good news. The good news was that it could be effectively treated because it had been discovered early. In an effort to determine the best course of action, Wilson and his spouse met with his medical team and began investigating their options right away. However, the star's ordeal did not end with the diagnosis. When he called his father to share the news during his fight, he learned that the man was battling the same illness. Sadly, he failed to disclose to us that he had prostate cancer. Charlie recalled that he didn't tell me until I called to inform him of my diagnosis. 2011 saw his father pass away from cancer-related complications. Wilson is now cancer-free and in good health thanks to radioactive seed implantation, a type of radiation therapy. Wilson did discover, however, that African American men have a 60% higher diagnosis rate for prostate cancer than men of other races or ethnicities. He remarked, "I decided at that point that it was time for me to start informing as well as performing." Charlie is a national spokesperson for the Prostate Cancer Foundation and collaborated with Janssen Biotech, Incorporated on the Making Awareness a Priority MAP initiative. My goal is for African American men and their families to become more informed about prostate cancer and to lend a hand in spreading awareness of the disease. The secret is awareness. For those in need, there are excellent resources and support available, he continued. Since he is aware that men do not want to undergo a prostate exam, he advises Black women to take charge of the situation and force their husbands, fathers, and brothers to visit the doctor and get a prostate exam. It would be absurd to forego testing and then pass away from embarrassment. Prostate cancer affects 1 in 3 Black men, the speaker stated. We need to step up and take the test.